Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now in this video we are going to create this church website over here. So we're going to learn how to create this church website. So this is a church website that I created for this tutorial purpose, and we are going to I'm going to take you through step by step how I created this website with this beautiful slider over here, and this session which talks about the church, and then also some quote over here, and then some messages or sermons will be displayed over here, and then the contact details. So this is just a simple home page, and then also have about page, messages, foundation, contact, give, and then radio will be integrated into it, and then some social icons also there. So I'm going to take you through the whole website itself, and then we'll start designing the website. So like I said, this is the home page, very neatly designed. This is a slider which people can slide through to see some of the things that the church does. And then this is also the about page, also neatly done. So as you can see, this is the about page talking about the church. And then we also have messages, that is some of the sermons and other videos or messages that the church has delivered previously. Sorry. And then we also have the foundation. So the church also have a foundation where they do donations, they help people in need and other stuff. So there are a lot of projects that goes on in the church, and it can be shown over here. So as you can see, you can glance through the education, empowerment, and then donations. Okay. And then when you hover on it, you see that the description is also written over there, nicely done. So you can also view all of them. Okay. And then we also have a call to action over here, which when you click on it, it will lead you to the next page, which is the give page. So as you can see, people who want to support the church in the activities that they do can decide to donate to the foundation or give to the church. So if you want to donate to the foundation, you just click over here, and then you'll be redirected to this payment form over here, nicely integrated, which you can enter your name, your email address, the amount you want to give, and then also your telephone number, and then you can proceed to pay. So as you can see, it is secured payment from Paystack, and then they accept MasterCard, Visa, and then also mobile money integration are all over there. And then we also have a contact page over here, so people can fill in whatever they want to fill in, ask some questions and other stuff, maybe prayer topic or whatever thing that anybody want to ask, and then send, and then it will be received by the church or whoever is managing the website. And then we also have a radio integration over here. So as you know, on this channel we did a video on how to create your own online radio station. So if you haven't watched that video, you can go ahead and then watch it, and then learn how to create your own online radio station for your church, and then you can integrate it over here very nicely. So basically this is how the website really looks like, with a very beautiful header over here, and then also a simple footer over here. So without wasting much time, I'm going to take you through the the process or the procedure I used in creating the website. So if you're new over here, please like the video, share, and then subscribe to the channel. If you're also not new and you are returning subscriber, please like the video and comment whatever you want to ask me, and then I'll try my best to answer it for you. If you have any question, please put it in the comment section. I'll definitely answer it. So let's head over and then start designing our website. Alright guys, so to create this website, all what we need is a domain and a hosting. Now to get a domain and a hosting, there is a link in the description over there, which if you click on it, you are going to redirect to a page that I'm going right now, or you can even follow me and then click on and then type in Kitech Digital / name cheap. Okay, just type in this one, Kitech Digital / name tip. Now you'll be redirected to this website over here. As you can see, this one over here, you can buy all your hosting and a domain over here. Now the reason why I like buying domain and hosting over here is that it is very cheap, as the name suggests. Namecheap is very cheap, and then their customer care are very good. They will help you in whatever that you need. Okay, so just search in the domain that you want. So maybe you want any domain, just try and then search in the domain over here. So let's say churchwebghana.com. okay, let's say I'm searching for this domain over here. Okay, so the domain is available. So all what we need to do is to click on add to cart over here. Okay, and then we'll be added to our domain will be added to cart. And then the next one that we need is hosting. So for the hosting, just hover on this one, and then you can choose between shared hosting, WordPress hosting, reseller hosting, but not reseller hosting, just WordPress hosting or shared hosting. So any one of this, but I'll prefer you choose the shared hosting because that one is cheaper. Just go with the shared hosting, and then as you can see, there are a lot of cheap price plans over here. Okay, so you get a domain as low as $2.18 depending on if they have a discount or not. But as you can see, they said save 51% on the first year. So you can purchase any one of them, just get started and then go through the process of buying the domain and the hosting. Now if you don't know how to go about it, I also have a link in the description whereby it will help you to fasten the process, because it will guide you step by step in buying the domain. Now I'm going to skip this step and then go ahead and then buy and then meet you in the other side. Okay guys, so after buying the domain and the hosting, you're going to have an account page like this. Okay, so all what you need to do is to just hover on this building over here, like a building over here. Just hover on it, okay, and then click over here. We're going to go to the cPanel to be able to install our WordPress on our hosting. Okay, so just click over here, okay, to install to go to the cPanel. So we're gonna click over there. Okay, so this is how the cPanel looks like. This is exactly how the cPanel looks like. Now the cPanel is basically your hosting front end. Okay, this is what gives you access to your your files and other stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to install WordPress on our hosting. So what we are going to do is just click on this one over here, just click on it, and Softaculous apps installer, click on it, and then you find a lot of script over here. Okay, but the script that we are going to install is WordPress. Okay, so click on here over here, as you see WordPress over there, click on install to install it. Now you'll be given access to this page over here. So just locate where your domain is, the domain that you bought. Just locate it. Now the domain that I bought is not here, because definitely I'm not going to do it on my hosting, but I'm going to select this one, which is a subdomain. That is what I'm going to use. Okay, but for you, select the domain that you bought, and then fill in the details over here. Make sure that it is with the latest WordPress. Okay, so find out and make sure that it is the latest one that you are installing, and then make sure that you are also installing it on HTTPS, of course if you have SSL installed. So after filling all the details over here, just go ahead and then fill in. Okay, so I'm going to say Church Web Ghana. Okay, it's a church website that I'm creating, so Church Web Ghana. Okay, so that is what my website name, and then the description. So the site description is like your tagline or something. Okay, so our description is going to be simple: put God first. Okay, so basically this one, and then the admin name, that is your name that you want to use. So I'm going to use Skytech, and then your password. So make sure that you enter a strong password over there. Okay, so my password is going to be this one that I'm typing. Okay, very strong one. And then your admin email. Okay, so make sure that you have your admin email set up. So this is my admin email, and then check your language and then everything. And then we are not going to select theme yet, because we're going to install a free theme to use. Okay, and then the installation details, to where you want the installation details to go. So I still want it to go over here, and then I'll click on install over here to install it. So very simple to go. So it will take some few minutes, some few seconds, not even minutes, seconds, for it to install. Now, as you can see, it has successfully been installed. So if you want to check the website, you can click over here. Let me just click on it and check the website. So as you can see, this is newly installed WordPress. Okay, having the 2022 theme on it. Okay, so that is it. Now if I want to go to the back end of the website, this is the admin URL. So I just click on here, and then it's going to take me to the admin URL, admin backend. That is the backend of the website. So this is the backend of the website, okay, that we are going to create. So basically this is after installing WordPress, this is what we get. Okay, so this is our backend, and then this is our front end. Okay, so that is it. So I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to close my Namecheap account also. Not closing it as in closing, but I'm closing it as in canceling it, so that it will go away. Okay, so that I'll have just the website that I'm designing on it, and then I'm going to close this one also. So I'm going to have these two things over here. So guys, as you can see, we have a newly installed WordPress. Now first thing first, always I need to clear my dashboard and other stuff, so that I will have better admin interface to use. Okay, so I'm going to click on dismiss over here, and then I'll click on screen options over here, and then I'll untick the things over here, so that I'm going to have a clean dashboard. And then I'm going to go to settings, and then check and see whether all my settings are completely set up. So the first one, I go to general. So as you can see, the ones that we typed, when we were installing it is still over here. Okay, so yes, everything is good. Now I'm going to go to permalinks, okay, and set my permalinks to where I want it. So I want the permalinks to be on post name, okay, which is what the correct one to do. So make sure that always your permalinks are on what post name, because it helps as for SEO purposes. Okay, so that is it. And then you click on what save changes to save the changes. Okay, very good. So I have this set up. Now after creating some pages, I'll come to reading to do some few settings over here, but then for now I think this is good, and then we are ready to start creating some pages and start designing what the website. Now as you can see, we are going to design a church website. Okay, so guys, for a church website, all what we need is some few pages. I'm not going to create more pages, so if you go over here, I'm going to create home page, about page, messages, foundation, contact, give, and then what, the radio. Okay, these are the pages that I'm going to create, and then we start designing the website. But we are not going to create the pages now, because we need to install some new themes and other plugins for us to start using the website. Now as you can see, this is how our website really looks like. There is nothing going on. So the first thing that we're going to do is to install a new theme. So let's hover on appearance over here, and then click on themes. Okay, now that we have themes, now click on add new. Now we're going to search for a theme called Cadence. Okay, now of course I already have it installed, but you can search for it. So we're going to search for Cadence. Now as you can see, Cadence is over here. If you don't see it over here, don't worry, you can go over here and then search for Cadence. This theme over here is what we're going to install. So if if you are over here, all what you need to do is, like you see over here, install now or install. Okay, so just click on the install. Okay, click on the install, and then when you installed it, you see this which says activate. Just click on it to activate it, and then we have our theme successfully activated. Now that our theme is successfully activated, what we're going to do is we are going to install some plugins. Okay, now for the purpose of the tutorial, I've already installed the plugins already, but I'm going to take you through how the plugins installation is done. So we need Elementor, we need Mega Elements, we need payment forms for Paystack. We also need Sina extension for Elementor. So to install all these plugins, now click on add new over here, and then for Elementor, just click on just search for Elementor. Okay, Elementor over here, just like this, and then you're going to see this Elementor website builder. Okay, now just click on install, and you see this one which says install now over here. Just click on it and then click on activate. Okay, I've already installed it, so that is why you see it like this. Now search do the same for all the other plugins, and then after you've done it, just take this one over here. After you've installed all the plugins, just take this one over here and take this one, and then click on bulk actions over here, and then click on activate. Now activate them. We're going to do a bulk activation, so we are activating all the plugins that we've installed. Okay, so we're going to come over here which says Sina extension. Okay, now with the Sina extension, there are some API settings that you have to do, if only you have those API. If you don't have, don't worry, just forget about it. Now if you see this one which says Sina template, just make sure that it is checked. Okay, and then click on save changes. Okay, very good. Now you can go through the widget over here, make sure that all the widget, the basic and the advanced widget are all checked. Okay, with the standards, don't go over there because all of them are pro. We don't need the pro ones to do anything. So now that we have the plugins done, now if you go to if you check all the plugins, you see that all the plugins are done. Now for some of you, if you install Elementor for the first time, it's going to give you a welcome screen, all those kind of welcome screen for you to go through some setup widget. If you can just close it and then continue with the tutorial that we are doing. So if you have installed all these plugins, now the next thing that we have to do is to create our pages. Okay, so over here, hover on pages over here, click on add new page. Now we're going to create these pages. Okay, we're going to create the home page, about page, messages, foundation, contact, give, and then live radio. These pages are what we're going to create. Okay, at the moment we don't have any. We have some, I think, 2 pages: the sample page and then the privacy policy page, which is also a draft page, but we don't have any page that we created. So that is why we are going to create those pages, and then we're going to use Elementor to design those pages. So what we are going to do is, first page we're going to create is the home page. So type in home over here, and then change the template from default to Elementor full width, and then click on publish. Now the same way, click on add new over here, and then we're going to add the second page, which is the about page. Okay, so just type in about over here, click on the template over here, and then change from default to Elementor full width, and then click on publish to publish it. Now so do the same for all the other pages. So the messages, the foundation, contact, give, and then live radio. Do the same thing for all the other pages. Now I'm going to create all those pages, and then I'll see you in the next side of the tutorial. Okay guys, so I have all these pages created. So now as you can see, I have all these pages created. Okay, so this one is a sample page. I'm going to trash it out because I don't really need it. Okay, so now that I trash it out, let me go to the trash to also empty the trash. Okay, very good. So now I have 6 pages created, or 7 pages. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 pages created. Okay, so now that I have this one is a draft. If you install WordPress, it comes with privacy policy. So it is on draft. You have to edit it and then make it your own, but I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to focus on the pages that I created. Okay, so now that I have these pages done, my next one is to create my menus. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover on appearance over here, go to menus, and then for the creation of menus, it's very simple. Just give a name for your menu. Okay, so my name I'm going to give is main menu for the main menu. So for the primary menu, I'll set it as primary. The location will be primary. Okay, the main menu is the primary menu, and then I'm going to click on create over here, and then as simple as that, my menu is created. As you can see, now my menu is created, but we don't have anything in the menu. So how can we put things over there? It's very simple. Over here on your left side over here, there are some items that you can add to the menu. So what we're going to do is just go to view all over here, then we're going to select all these items and then add it to our menu. Okay, so I'm going to add all, and then I'll leave the radio because I don't want to add the radio to it, because I'm going to create the radio as a button. So now that I have this one added, as you can see, this is a custom link, so I'm going to remove this one from it, and I'm going to rearrange them. So I'll bring the home first, about us, the messages will come, and then the foundation will come, and then as simple as that, everything is set. Then I'll click on save to save the menu. Okay, so I have my main menu created. Now I want to create an extra menu. So as you can see on the top over here, another link is over here which says create a new menu. Just click on it to create a new menu. Now you can create as many menus as you want, but then the locations are limited. So as you can see, you have 1 2 3 4 locations. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this, I'm going to call it the mobile menu. So this is the mobile menu, and I'm going to set the location to mobile over here, and then I'm going to click on create. Okay, so now that I have it created, I'm still going to add some menu items to it, like we did for the main menu. So I'm going to add all the items that we added to the main menu to it, except the radio. And then I'm going to click on add to menu, and then over here I'm going to remove the custom links like we did for the main menu, and then I'm going to rearrange it. Okay, so home, about, messages, foundation, contact, and then give, and then I'm going to click on save menu. Okay guys, so our menus are what created. Okay, so we have our two menus, the main menu and then the mobile menu. Okay, very good. So now that we have this one created, what else do we have to do? Now our next move is to customize our header and our footer. Now if you look over here, let's refresh the website because we've installed a new theme on it. So this is how it looks like. Now before you even go ahead to customize our header and the footer, now we need to check and make our home page as a home page. As of now, we have created a home page, but that is not our home page. As you can see, our home page shows our post, our post, but that is not what. So if you click on home over here, you realize that there is /home over here, and that is not what we want. So let's go to menu, the back end of the website, and then go to settings, and then go to readings. Okay, reading, and then from reading, now we want to display our home page as a static page. So click on this one and then change the home page to home over here. And then for the post page, we're going to use the messages page that we created as a post page. So click on it and then change it to messages, and then that is all. Just click on save changes. Now if you come back to our front end of the website and then we refresh it, you realize that the home is now gone, and this has become our home page, and that is what we want. Okay, now let's go back to the back end of the website. Now it is up to us to customize our header and our footer. So to customize, do some theme customization, all what we need to do is to hover on appearance over here, and then under themes we have customize over here. Click on it to customize the theme, that is the header, the footer, and the colors, the typography, everything that you want to customize. You can do it over here. So I'm going to start with colors and font before I come to the header. Now with the colors and font, I'm going to choose some colors that I want. With this one, I want to change it and make it with my color. So I'm going to pick some color that I want to use. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, and this is a color that I want to use as this is a color that I want to use as my main color, or the link and other stuff colors. Okay, so 4E0F6B, and that is the color. I'm going to choose it for this one also. Okay, so for this one also, it's going to be the same thing. Now side background is okay for me, and then the lens color, this is it. Okay, now that I have this one done, I'm going to go to buttons over here, and then also change the button color. Now you can decide to leave it alone, or you can decide to change it. Now if you look at the website that we are building, as you can see, we have two different button colors. Okay, so that is what we want to make it. So let's choose our button color. Okay, so I'm going to choose something like this over here. Okay, and make it my button color. So I'm going to choose this one. Okay, and then with the hover, I'm going to make sure that it is a little bit brighter. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay. Now that I have this one done, I'll click on publish, and then go back, and then typography. Now with the typography, the base font, okay, that is the system default, I'm going to change it to Montserrat, and then that is it. Okay, so everything has changed. As you can see, all the typography on the website changed. Now let's publish it, and then go back. Now we're going to click on header over here. So at the moment we clicked on header, you see that the header builder is now ready for us to customize it. And that is why I like this theme, because you can customize the header the way you want it, and also have a transparent header and then a sticky header. But we are not going to tackle all those things. We're just going to do a simple header. So first things first, let's change the background color of the header. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to that is this I'm working on this middle header over here. So the header is 1 2 3, but the main one is what I'm working on. Okay, that is the main row. So I'll click on this settings icon over here, and then I'll click on design. Okay, with the main row background, what kind of color do we want? So let's say I want to choose this one. Okay, and then make it a little bit darker. Okay, so let me compare it to this one. Okay, so this one is a little bit of yeah, something like this. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. Okay, so now that I have this one done, okay, now you can see that our logo and other things cannot be seen well. It means that it is not really visible. Don't worry, we will change all those things. Okay, so now let's go to our logo. Click on the the ranch icon over here, and then with the logo, what do we want? That is the site title and all those things. Go to general over here, and we're going to choose just logo. Okay, not logo and title. We're going to choose logo, and then click on this one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload all the images on the website. Okay, so to get all the images, now as you can see, these are template kits and other stuff, but these are all our images. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag all these images into the website, so that I'm going to use all these images. So let it upload. After uploading, we'll get we will continue designing the website. So I'll see you in the next site. Now before I go, if you are new over here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's grow together. Okay, we just hit 1,000 subscribers, and we are growing and growing and growing. We want this channel to be one of the go-to channel for every small web developer who is trying to start web design from scratch. Okay, so continue sharing this video, and then like and subscribe. Give a comment to boost the channel. Okay, give a comment, any comment that you want, you can give it down there. Okay, so let's wait for it to upload, and then we continue. Okay guys, so our images have been uploaded successfully. Now let's choose our logo, and then let's go. So this is our logo that we're going to use, the white logo over here. So let's click to select it, and then we're going to skip cropping. Okay, I'm going to skip cropping. Now this is how the logo look like. Now I'm going to increase the size a little bit, so let's say 280. Okay, so this is 280. So Church Web GH or Church Web Ghana. Okay, that is it. So now that we have our logo set, now it is up to us to make sure that our header is unique and nice. So I'm going to go to the primary there, click on this settings icon over here, and then with the design, what I'm going to do is I'll choose the standard, which is okay for me, and then the navigation colors, I'm going to choose the colors that I want. So let me make it white. Okay, so I'm going to make it white, and then with a font, I'm going to come over here and then say Montserrat. Okay, I want it to be Montserrat, and then with a size, I can choose to leave it the way it is. Regular is okay, the style regular is okay, and then with the size 17.2 is okay. If you want to make it capital letters, you can make it like this, but I'll make it the way it is, just like that. And then with the the hover, I want it to be a little bit kind of like a bluish color, okay, somehow. Let me, yeah, somehow like this, okay, so that when I hover on it, it's gonna act this way. Now I want the same color for the active one, okay, so I'm going to copy and paste it for the active. Okay, very good. But you see, it's a little bit shady, you cannot see it really well, so I'm going to increase it to this, so that we will have to see it well. Okay, I'm going to copy this one, come over here and copy it, yes, so that it will be a little bit a little bit clear for us. So now that we have this one done, now let's click on this plus icon, hover over here, you see a plus icon over here, just click on it, and you see this widget over here. Choose the one that we want. Now what we want is a button, okay, so we want a button. So as you can see, we have the button, and then the next one is social icon, so we choose social icon. Now let's make sure that our button and social icon looks the same as this one's over here. So let's go back and then click on it, this settings icon over here. Now with the button, what are we going to do? We're going to say live radio, okay, so it's a live radio, and then we're going to give our radio link over there. So I'm going to just copy this link over here, and then I'll add the radio to it. So I'll add the radio to it, making it our radio link. And then since I'm done, I'll go to the social icon over here, the social icon. So I'll click on the settings icon over here, and then open the social settings for me. So with this one, you can add as many social icons that you want. So maybe you want to add YouTube, okay, so you can just add YouTube to it. And then with the design, you can choose, I want to choose outline, okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the colors. So the colors, I'm going to choose white for it, okay, and then the hover, I'll choose this color. Oh, sorry, I'll choose the color that we use, okay, basically for the button. Yeah, so this is quite okay, this is quite good. Okay, so now that we have this one done, okay, now guys, I know I'm inconsistent with the colors, but don't worry, the main idea is for you to grab what I'm doing. The best practice is for you to get your colors down, okay, make sure that you get your hex code with this hex code, make sure that you choose them well, blend it well, so that it will be unique, and then it will be consistency in all the website, okay, that is it. So now that I have this one done, I can click on publish. Now I think my header is ready to go. Now the next one that I'm going to do is to go here, go back, and then choose footer, okay. Now with the footer, I'm just using the copyright footer, and with the copyright footer, with the bottom, it's on the bottom row. So with the bottom row, it is just one column, and then the layout is one, but the design, I want to make the background basically like this one, okay, and then I'll make it just like the top one, okay. So this color is quite okay, and then with the content, widget content, okay, I'm going to choose white for it, yeah, like this one, okay. And then with the links, okay, with the links, I can go ahead and choose any nice color which will blend along with it. Okay, so I think this one is what is quite okay, and then this one is the hover. With the hover, I'll go with this kind of like the blue that we are using. Yeah, okay, so I think everything is good. We are good to go. So what I need to do is just click on what publish. Now as you can see, it says what 2022 Church Web Ghana WordPress theme by Cadence WP. Now we don't want it like that, so what I'm going to do is I'll go to general over here, okay, and I'll click on this settings icon over here, and I'll come back to it to general. Now as you can see, this is a copyright placeholder or whatever it is that is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the theme credit over here, and then I'll use this sign. Okay, hold on, I'll use this sign. Okay, and then I'll write powered by Kitech Digital. Okay, and then I'll link it to my website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it to my website, to Kitech Digital website. Okay, so www.kitechdigital.com. okay, very good. So now that it is linked, I think everything is good to go. I'll just click on it. Okay guys, so I have this one set up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the design over here, okay, and then I'll click on this inherit font. I know it's Montserrat, alright, but I'm still want to choose Montserrat, and then with the size I want to reduce it a little bit, so let's say 15 will be okay for me, or even it can go to 14, because I want it to be a little bit small. Okay, and then with a style I can reduce it to this one. So I think this one is quite okay for me. Now that I'm done with it, I'll click on publish. Okay guys, so I'm done with the designing of the header and the footer and all the other side of it. Now when we have some post set or post publish, I'll come over here and then check out the post settings of the website also. So but now we are okay with it. We can go ahead and then start designing our pages. So now that we have header and footer done, we're going to design our pages. Okay, so we're going to close this one and go back to the admin dashboard. Okay, so let's hover on pages over here and go to all pages. Okay guys, so if you go to the front end and then refresh the front end, you realize that now our website is taking shape. It has taken shape, and that is what we want. So now that we have this one done, let's go ahead and start with the home page. Okay, so I'm going to click on it to start with editing and then designing the home page. So now this is our home page. There is nothing on it. We don't want to use the blog editor to edit it, but what we want to do is we want to use the Elementor to use to design our website. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit with Elementor over here. Okay, so now that we have this one open, now guys, for those of you who are new to Elementor, this is how the page builder looks like. Okay, so we have this widget panel over here, and we have this white space over here. Okay, now the white space is the space that you can design, and then the widget panel is what you use to design this white space over here. Okay, so there are a lot of widgets which we can use. Some are free, some are pro. It means that some are logged, and then you need to have the pro version of Elementor before you can use it. But what we are going to do, all what we need is the free ones. Okay, we don't need any pro, we don't need nothing. All what we need is the free thing to start designing everything that we do. So now let's look at how this one looks like. So as you can see, this is what the first one is the hero section over here. So luckily for us, the plugin that we installed, this is what the Sina extension. They have some templates and other stuff, and that is what we are going to use. So just click on it over here, and then now that this one opens, now click on the category over here and then search for hero. Okay, just click on hero. Okay, so as you can see, what we are going to use is this one over here. Okay, that is what we're going to use to you can choose any of them, but remember that some of them too are also are pro. You can choose any of them, any one that you want to use. Okay, so what we are going to use is this one. So we'll click on it. We click on it to insert it. So it is just a blog. Okay, so we're going to insert the hero blog over there, or the hero section over there, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So as you can see, this is it. Okay, yeah, this is what we're going to do. It is similar to this one. Okay, and then we're going to edit it and make it our own. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add some few things to it, make it our own. So over here it says we are creative, blah 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 blah. Now don't worry about it. Click over here, this pencil icon over here. Now we are creative is is over here. Okay, so now let's look at this one. The first one says the word of God. Okay, so we're gonna come over here and then change the image. Okay, we want to change the image, so we're going to use this image, insert it over here. Okay, and then we will say the word of God, the word of God, and then it says let me see, I want to copy it, but it's not copying. So what do I do? Okay, so every word of God is true. God is the truth. Okay, so if you come over here, okay, you can write in every word of God is true. God is the truth. Okay, guys, as you can see, I'm done with that one. Okay, so now the next one is it says hold on, I don't know why it went back. Okay, so there is nothing like the word of God. Okay, a living water that never runs dry. In all things put God first. Okay, so I'm gonna write it over here, so you can write it over here. Okay, so there is nothing like the word of God. And then what again? A living water. A living water that never runs dry. Let me see if it is correct. A living water that never runs dry. In all things put God first. In all things put God first. Okay, so guys, basically that is it. So as you can see, I'm done with one. Okay, so you go ahead to change it the way you want it. Okay, so this one also is which one is that? Our foundation, and then prayer is not. So this one, yeah, very good. So this one says what? Our foundation. Okay, so you can write whatever you want to write over there. And then the next one is what? Prayer is not asking. So prayer is not what? Asking. So that is what? That is this one over here. So it says what? Prayer is not asking. Yeah, so you can go ahead and then what? Do whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so just edit it the way you want it, just like what I've done it over here. Okay, so basically that is it for the hero. Now with the buttons over here, it's also very simple. Now what we're going to do is what? Just click on, we have primary and then secondary. Now this is primary, this is what? Secondary. So just click on it like this one. Okay, this one says what? Learn more. Okay, learn more. Where do you want it to target? I want it to target the about page, so I'll write about over here and then target it. Okay, and then with the secondary, it says what? Read more, but I want to say what? Donate now. Okay, and then I want you to start target what? The give page. Okay, so yes, so I'll activate it, update it. So now that I'm done with what? The hero session, I'll move ahead to what? To the next one, which says what? Nice to what? To meet you. Okay, so this one is a 2-column session. So I'm going to click on this one with a 2-column what? Session over here, and I'll go to advanced over here, and I'll give it what? A margin of what? 90. Okay, as you can see, 90. And then over here I'm going to add an image over there. So I'll drag in an image widget over here, and then I'll click on it to choose what? The image that I want to add. So which image? The church image. So as simple as that, I'm just going to add in what? This church image over here. Now I'll go to click on this script icon over here, and then I'll click on what? Heading over here. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is the heading that I want to I've dragged in over here. So now let's check it. This one says what? Nice to meet you. So I'm going to paste in what I copied, nice to meet you, and I'll come to style over here to style it the way I want it. So I'm going to come over here and then just use this color, and then I'm going to save the color. Okay, so I'll click on the plus icon over there to save the color. I'll say what? Color 1. Okay, and then I'll create it because I will be using that same color throughout. And then I'll come to what? The typography, and I'll choose the font family that I want. Now with the font family that I want, why is it not opening? Come on. Okay, very good. So I want what? Montserrat. Like I told you, we're going to use much of what? Montserrat. And then I'm going to use 55. So 55 is too much, so I'll say 45. Yes, so 45 is quite okay. So with a nice to meet you, I'm going to put a full stop over there, and then I'll come and click on this grep icon over here, and then I'm going to drag in a divider. Okay, so I want a divider over here, and then with a divider I'm going to use a pixel. With a pixel, yeah, 130 is okay. Now click on what? this style over here, and then you can we can choose the color that we use. Okay, so I'm going to choose this one, and then with the width I'm going to increase it to let's say 2. Okay, so 2.5 will be will be quite okay. Okay, so now that I have this one done, I can push it a little bit up. Okay, so I'm going to click on this to unlink the margin, and I'm going to give it a negative margin of 20. So as you can see, it's very good. Now let's look at this one. This one says we know blah 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 blah. Copy. I'm going to copy this one, and then I'll come over here. Now guys, I copy and paste because I am not writing any content. I'm just designing, and I'm just using the content over there to design. Okay, so this is what I have over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this one with this one. Okay, and then I'll go to style over here, and then I'll change the font color to 28. Okay, and I want to add it to this one is text color. Okay, I'll create it, and then with the typography we're still going to use Montserrat. So I'm going to say Montserrat, and then save it, and then I'll say 18 is quite okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here and then say text size, and then I'll click and create. Now that I have this one done, my next one is this one over here. So I'm going to pick this heading, come over here, click on this one, as you can see, drag in another heading over here, and then I'll paste in this heading that I copied over here. Now I'll style it. I'll go to style over here, click on this one, and then I'm going to give it darker color like this. Now with the typography, I'm going to choose Montserrat for it. Okay, Montserrat, and then with the size I'll just use 25 is quite okay. So now that I have it done, I'll come over here and I'm going to copy this one, as you see over here. I'm going to copy it, come to home over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go click on this grip icon over here, and then I'll bring in a text editor widget over here. I'm going to paste in what I copied over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and then with this I'm going to use the text. Okay, so as you can see, it fits perfectly. Now with the typography, I'm going to use this one. Okay, so as you can see, it fits perfectly. So I'll click on update, but before I even update it, I'm going to click on this grip icon over here, come to this place, and then with a vertical align, I'm going to put it in the middle. Okay, and then with a default gap, I'm going to say wide because I want a little bit space between it. So I think we are good to go. This one too is also done. So now let's move on to this place over here. So as you can see, this is how do you call it, a quote over here over a fixed background, which when you scroll the picture is still static over there, and that is what we're going to do. So with this one we're going to create a one column section over here. Okay, now with the one column we're going to give it a minimum height. Okay, so let's click on the height and give it a minimum height. Okay, very good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to style over here, and I'm going to choose a background type, which is a classic, and I'm going to give it an image, background image, and I'm going to choose this image over here, and then I'll click on insert media. Okay, very good. So now that I have this one done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the position. It's going to be center. The attachment is going to be fixed, and then the repeat, no repeat, and then the size I'm going to give it cover. Okay, so that when I scroll, it's going to what fix over there. Okay, so now I am going to go to background overlay. Okay, and I'm going to give it a gradient background. So let me look at this one. Okay, so I'm going to give it this one. I'm going to give it this kind of like a color for now, and then when I come over here, I'm going to give it this kind of color. Okay, so what is going to be like is I'll have to increase the opacity to 8.8, okay, to make it like the way I want it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down, and then there is a shape divider over here. Just click on the shape divider. Okay, now we're going to give it a bottom shape divider. So we're going to give it bottom, and then the type, it's going to be book. Okay, just click on book. So as you can see, it is what book. Now you can play around it, okay, the way you really want it. Now I'm going to go to advanced over here, and then with the padding, I'm going to give it a bottom padding of, let's say, 50. Okay, and then the top padding of also 50, so that we're going to have something like this. Now I'm going to click on this one plus icon over here, and I'm going to drag in a quote. Okay, I'm going to drag in a block quote, this one over here. Okay, so as you can see, this is a very nice block quote. Now we don't want any image. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I copy this quote, copy it, come back over here, and then paste the quote where it belongs. And then what I'm going to do is with the name over here which says Monk, okay, I'm going to replace it with what? With this text over here. So I'm going to copy it and then come over here and then paste it over here. Okay, so now everything is falling in shape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to style over here, okay, and then style it. So I'll click on the text over here, change it to white, click on this one over here. Now let me check this one. This one is EB Garamond. So I'm going to search for a font called EB Garamond, this one. Okay, and then I'll increase it a little bit. So let's say 35. Okay, so 35 is quite small, so I think this one is okay. And then I'll come to where okay, so this is the text color. Okay, so for the text color, I'm still going to give this one white over here. Okay, so I think it's quite okay. Now with the font over here, I'm still going to give it Montserrat. Okay, so I'm going to give it Montserrat. Okay, and then I'm going to give it 20. Okay, very good. So now I think we are good to go. Okay, so with the code style, the font, the color, I'm going to give it white, and then the size 30. You can increase it to, let's say, 40 or 50, the way you really want it. Okay, I think everything is quite okay. If you want to give a box shadow to it, you can, but I think it's useless to give a box shadow to this one. So I'm going to click on update over here to update what we've just done. So now that we've updated it, now let's check this one. The next one is our messages. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one over here, just copy it to fasten our tutorial and paste it over here. Okay, now I'm going to copy this one also, copy this one also, and then paste it below. Okay, very good. So now we have this one. So what I'm going to do is with this one I'm going to put it in the middle, the same way I'm going to put this one too in the middle. Okay, so now we have this one. So I want to go to the advanced over here. So click on this 6-dot grip icon over here and go to advanced over here, and then with a margin, give it a top margin of 40, or let's say 90. Okay, so 90 is quite okay because there are spaces in between are all 90. So now that we have it done, I'm going to click on what, save update. Okay, now with this one we need to create what, post for it, and that is what one we will do later on. But let's create this one first, and then later on we'll create what, post for this one, and then insert the post what in it. So click on I'm going to leave one space over here. So I'm going to click on this one over here, and then I'm going to click on let me click on here, and then give it a bottom padding. Okay, a bottom padding of 90. Yeah, very good. Okay, so what are we doing? We are doing what, this one over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose 2-column image. Okay, so with a 2-column session, with a 2-column session, this one I'm going to give it what, minimum height of what, 400. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to style over here, and then give it a background. Okay, now let's see what background is there. Is the church. So we're going to pick this background over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put it center. Attachment, we're not going to make it fixed, we're going to just make it what, default. With a repeat, no repeat, and with the size we say cover. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. Now let me go over here, and then we have what, we have a map, and then this things over here. Now with this one, it's also having what, an overlay. Okay, so we're gonna copy this I'm gonna copy this one. Okay, I'm gonna copy this one, and then come and paste the style over here. I know it's going to be funny, but I'll make some adjustment over there. So I'll click over here, replace this one, okay, with this one over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down over here with a shape divider. The bottom I'm going to click none. Okay, yeah, very good. So this is how it is. Okay, very good. So now over here I can place in what, my calendar over there, my Google map over there. So I'm going to search for map over here, and then I'll drag in map over here, and then I'll change this one to my location. I'll change it to my location, okay, and make it this one. And then over here we are going to insert what, a heading. We're going to insert a heading, and then also an icon box or icon list. So this one is coming here. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is how we insert the icon list. Now what we have to do is we have to style it. Okay, so here it says what, contact us. So contact us, and then we're going to style it. So styling it is the way we want it. Is very simple. We change the typography to Montserrat. and then we increase the font to, let's say, 50. Okay, so we are done with this one. Now with this one, let me check. So we have what? The address. Okay, so over here I'm going to put in this one over here. Okay, and then I'll change this one to it, to the world or globe. Yeah, I'm going to change this one to globe. Okay, so let me just delete this one, and then I'll go to style over here, and then you know, with the icon I'm going to make it white, and then with the text I'm also going to make it white so I can see what exactly is going on. And then with the typography I'll make it what? Montserrat, and then with the size I'm gonna make it 18, or let's say 20. Yeah, 20 is quite okay. Okay, and then with the icon size I can change it to, let's say, 20. 20 is quite okay, or let's say 30. Okay, very good. Okay, so now that I have this one done, all what I need to do is to click over here, this edit column over here, go to advanced, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a padding of 20. Okay, and then also a margin of 20 or 30. Okay, and then let me give this one also a padding of 30. Oh, sorry, a padding of 30. So I think this one is quite good to go. Okay, good to go. Padding of 30 I think is too much. I'm gonna give it 20. Yeah, so since we're done with this one, I can duplicate it. So I'll duplicate this one, and duplicate it. Now the next one says what? The next one says Facebook. Where are you? Yeah, this one says what? Facebook. So I'm going to write face, and then I'm going to choose this one and put it there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my Facebook thing over there. And then this one also says what? Instagram. So I'm gonna go over here, put in my Instagram here, come over here, and then search for Instagram. Okay, very good. Now the next one also says what? Twitter, YouTube, and then TikTok. So I'll go over here, and then with the Twitter, what is it? Yeah, this one. So I'll copy it, come over here, paste it over here, and then click over here, and then search for Twitter. Okay, and then insert it. Okay, very good. So I'll duplicate it again, and then who is next? YouTube is this one, and then TikTok. So this one says what? YouTube. This one says YouTube. So search for YouTube, or search for this one. Okay, very good. And then this one says TikTok. Okay, so I'm clicking over here, and I'll search for TikTok. This one, I'll click over there, and then I think we are good to go. I'm just going to clean this one and put this one over here. Okay, so I think we are quite good to go. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this edit button over here, and I click on what style over here, and then with this one I'm going to click on the classic and then give it a background color of what, of black. Okay, so as you can see, a background color of black. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tint the opacity a little bit. Yeah, so I think this one is quite okay. Now the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to go on border over here and then give it a solid border, and then come here and choose what, white, and then make the solid border 2 or even 1. Okay, and then with the radius I'm going to make it 20. Okay guys, so basically I think everything is what taking its shape. Now I'm going to advance over here, and then I'll unlink this one over here, and then what I'm going to do is with the top padding I'm going to give it 50, with the bottom padding I'm going to give it 50, and then with the left side I'm going to give it 50, and then with the right side I'm going to give it 50. Okay guys, so as you can see over here, yeah, everything is what, falling in shape, but I want to stretch this one a little bit. So let me go to style over here, and then with the text size or the typography size I want to make it like 30. Okay, so as you can see 30 is quite okay. But if I go to content, or let me go to this place, and I want a divider. Okay, I want a divider, and I think the divider is okay, but I want some spacing in between them. So this space I think is okay. So right now what I'm going to do is I'll click on this edit button, and then with the top margin I'll give it a -20. -120. Okay, so as you can see the -120 raised it out up. Okay, and that is what we are looking for, or let's say -140. Okay guys, so I think this is okay. So what I need to do is I just click on what update it, and I'm gonna click over here, this 6 dot over here, and I'll go to what, layout over here, and then with the layout I'm checking the default the column gap over here. I'm going to make it what, wide. Okay, or I can even decide to make it what, wider. Okay, so basically I think I'm good to go with the front page. Or what I need to do is what, to update it. Okay, so now the next one that I need to do is to what, to make sure that I have some post, so that I can bring the post over here. So over here I'm going to what, let me click over here, and then with the bottom 120, it's not even, the 90 is not even enough, so I'm going to say bottom 120, or even 220. Okay, yeah, 220 is what, quite okay. So let me click over here, and then I'm going to bring post. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in this one which is Sina blog post, and I'm going to put it over here. Okay, so this is the blog post which is on it, but what we are going to do is a different thing, because this one is only having what, one blog post on it. But let me update it first, and then now that we have our what, our home page set up, now let's go back to the the website front end, and then refresh it, and see how our homepage is looking like. Okay guys, so our homepage is what is nicely set up over here. So as you can see, perfectly set up. Okay, but what we want to do is what we want to go back to the dashboard. Okay, let me go back to the dashboard, and then we start with uploading some some content on our website. So to publish some content on the website, all what you need to do is to hover on post over here. I'm going to go to all post and then delete the post that is there already. So I'm going to delete this hello world post, go to trash, and then trash it out. Okay, so I'm going to empty trash. Okay, so now that this one is also done, now you can see add new over here or add new over here. Anyone is good. So I'm going to click on what add new, and then if you look at this one is what, let me go to messages over here, and then we see the messages that it is on the website, so that we can watch on it and then what create our own. Okay, so I'm going to copy this sermon over here, and then just paste it over here. Now I'm going to go to Google. Okay, so go to google.com. okay, and then just type in dummy text. Okay, now when you type in dummy text, this is what you're gonna get, the lorem ipsum. Okay, just click on it, and then you're gonna get this dummy text over here. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this one and use it for my blog post. So I'm gonna paste this one over here, give a paragraph, paste another one, give a paragraph, paste another one, give a paragraph, paste another one. So I think I have it set up. My blog post is now okay. Now the next one I need to do is I just need to click on this post over here. Now the template, I'm gonna leave it as default, but with the categories, okay, I have to set the categories. Now we don't have any categories on it, so I'll create a new category which I'll call it sermon. Okay, I'm assuming that this is a sermon. Now I'll click on add, and then I'll come to featured. Now you can add tags to it, but I'm not going to waste my time on it. And then I'm going to use this one, and then I set it as a featured, and then I'll click on publish. Now I'm going to add a different one also. So as you can see, I'm going to add this one also. Okay, and then yeah, I'm going to add this one, and then use the same dummy text, and then come over here and then paste the dummy text over there, and then I'll go to post again, and then tick for sermon, and then change or set the the featured image, set it, and after that I'll click on publish. Okay, so you can go ahead and then publish more of your post, but I'm going to leave it as it is. Now if you go to a website and then you check it, let's check it and see how it looks like. The front page of our website looks like. Okay, so let's scroll down. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. It's coming to shape. Now let's do our last setting for it. So what we're going to do is if you look at let's go to the front end of this, and then you see what I'm talking about. Okay, let me scroll down, and then as you can see, if you see it, this is how it looks like. Okay, there's some other customization that has been done. So now let's look at that customization. So we want it to have featured image, we want it to also show what, show content. Okay, now you can decide to what, ignore the content from there. Okay, now so as you can see, there is no content over here. It is just what, this things over here. Okay, now this is a grid showing what, 3 images. Now with the categories, let me just refresh this one. Okay, let's refresh this one so that all the changes that we did will take place. Okay, let's just refresh it. So guys, if you are still over here, it means that you are enjoying the tutorial. I'll entreat you to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and then also leave a comment in the description and let me know your thoughts about this tutorial. Okay, is it helpful to you, or I'm going too fast in a way? Let me know. So I'm going to click on this pencil icon over here, and then with the categories I'm going to choose just sermon. Okay, now let's style it. So we click on the style over here, and then with the effect we're going to choose the zoom in. Okay, which is, so when we hover it's going to be zoom in. And then with the border type, okay, normal, but with the color, okay, let's change it to what, to our color that we want. Okay, so I think this one is okay. And then with the radius we're gonna give it to 20. Okay, so as you can see, we have this one. And then let's look at the content or the title. Okay, so let's go to the title. Okay, so the title, with the title we're also going to give it the color that we want. Okay, so let's adjust it a little bit. So I think this one is okay. Now with the typography, we're gonna give it Montserrat. Okay, so Montserrat. Okay, and then we want to adjust this one to what, to 20, or let's say 22. Okay, very good. So now that we have this one done, I think we are good to go. Now with the hover, okay, with the hover we can choose any color that we want, but let's make it black. Okay, we don't want it blue, let's make it black. Yeah, very good. So I'm gonna click on update. Okay, so guys, I think we are on the right path. We are good to go. Let's refresh it and see how our website is doing. So everything is quite okay. So our homepage is successfully set up. So now we have our homepage set up. So the next one that we are going to design is the about page. Okay, so let's go back and then start designing the about page. Okay guys, so to design the about us page, we need to hover on pages over here, and then go to all pages, and then this is the about us. Let's choose it, or let's click on it. Okay, so this is so the same way we use in designing the home page, we're going to use the same procedure to design the about us page. So it's very simple as we did with the home page. We're going to click on edit with Elementor over here to start with using Elementor to edit the about us page, or to design the about us page. Okay, so that is it. So now let's look at how the about us page looks like, and then we can focus on it to what, or make it as a reference to also what design. So basically it's very simple one. So we have the hero session over here, and then we have this session with somebody praying, and then another session which talks about what the aim and then purpose of the church. So we're going to do the first session first. So let's go over here. We click on this one column widget over here. Now we are going to use a minimum height of 400, which is okay. And then we can what, go to style over here. Now choose a background type. We're going to choose the classic, and then we're not going to use color. We're going to use what, we're going to choose an image. So click to choose an image. We're going to choose this image over here, and then we're going to click on insert image. We're going to position it center, and then we say no repeat, and then with the size we're going to say cover. Okay, so now that we have this one done, our next one is to give it background overlay. So we click on overlay over here, and then with the background type we're going to give it gradient. Okay, and then with this color we're going to choose our color that we want. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay for me, and I'm going to choose this one also over here, which is also quite yeah, quite okay. Okay, now let's come to the opacity and then increase it a little bit to 7. Yeah, so 7 is okay. Now let's look at the about us over here, and then the top one says about us, and the second one says what, church Ghana, church web Ghana. So I'm going to copy it and come over here, and then I'm going to click on this grip icon over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag a heading widget to this side, and then in the heading widget I'm going to write about us, and then I'm going to go to style over here to style it. So with the typography I'm going to choose white, and then with the text color I'm going to choose white, and then the typography I'm going to click over here, and then I think it's Rochester or something like that. Yeah, so I'm going to search for it. So I'll write star and then see what will come here. So this one, we're going to choose this one. It's Rochester. Okay, so I'm gonna say maybe 50. Okay, yeah, 50 is okay. And then I will duplicate this one, and then I'll put in this one over here. Now I'm going to go to style over here, and then with the typography, instead of the Rochester I'm going to write Montserrat. Okay, very good. And then I'll increase the size a little bit to, let's say 80. Yeah, very good. So 80 is what, quite okay. Okay, so now that we have the top one set up, so we have this one set up. Okay, so now that we have this one set up, our next one is to design this one over here. Okay, so it's also quite simple. Now I'm going to copy this one. Come over here, create a 2-column session. Now with the advanced, I'm going to give a margin of 90, top and down margin of 90, or top and bottom margin of 90. I'm going to put an image over here, so I'm going to drag the image widget over here, and then I'll choose the image that I want to put over there. So let me look at this one, somebody praying, but I can decide to choose this image over here. Okay, it depends on whatever you want to do with it, and then I'll style the image a little bit. So I'll come to border radius and make it what, 20. Okay, and I can even decide to what, and give it, a box shadow. And then with this one, I'll paste in the one that I copied, so this one, and then I'm gonna change the color to this color over here, and then I'll come, let me see, this one says what, spiritual church, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna come over here and then duplicate this one, okay, and then paste this one over here, and I'll go to style, and then I'll style it. So instead of the Rochester, I'm going to use Montserrat, and then I'll decrease the size like 35, which is quite okay. And even with this one, I have to decrease the size to like 40, which is quite okay. And I'll come over here, I'm going to copy this one, copy it, come here, come to this place, and then I'm going to drag a text widget, text editor widget. So this one, I'll drag it here, okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in what I copied, and then go to style over here and click on this one, and then choose the text color, click on this one, choose the text size. Okay, as you can see, it is done. And then the next one is I'm going to right click over here and duplicate this one. Now after duplicating this one, I'm going to come here and then copy this one and then paste in here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to style, and then I'll go to this one and then search for the Rochester. I'm going to search for the Rochester and then increase the size to 48. Okay, so 48 is too much. What about 28? Yes, 28 is quite okay. So now that I have this one done, let me make it like 30. Okay, so now that I have this one done, I'll just increase like, okay, so so this one is quite okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here and then go to layout over here, and then with the layout, what I'm going to do is the gap over here, I'm going to make it wider, or I'll make it just wide. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the vertical towards middle, okay, so that it will align very well. Okay, so now as you can see, everything is moving perfectly well. Now our next one is this one also over here. So with this one, it is similar to this one, so it's just almost the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one over here, just copy it, come here, create 2-column widget, click on the plus icon over here, and then I'm going to paste this one over there, just paste it. I'm going to paste this one over here, copy this one also, copy this one, come over here, paste it over here, copy this one, come over here, paste it over here. Okay, so basically I'm not supposed to even copy this one, so I'm going to give a dummy text. Okay, so I think the dummy text, I'll just copy some text over there. So I'm going to copy this dummy text like we did for the other time, and then paste it over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide the dummy text into two. Okay, so I think this is quite okay. Come over here and paste this one over here. Why is it joining like there is no space? So why is the paragraph not showing? Let me go over here. Oh, there is a paragraph, but why is it not showing? Okay, let me just update this one, and then remove this one, delete this one, yeah, and then delete this one also, and then delete this one also. Okay, now I'm gonna put an image over here. So I'll come over here, put an image widget over there, and then I'm gonna choose the image that I want. So I'm gonna choose this image over here because that's exactly the image that I want. And then I'll click over here, and then I'll go to advanced, and then I'll give a top padding of 90, bottom padding of 90, and then I'll go to style over here, and I'll choose a background, choose a color, come over here, and then I'm going to choose this one over here. So basically I think everything is falling in place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to layout, and with the vertical alignment I'm going to make it middle, and I'll click on update. Now let me come to my about us page and then see what happens. Yep, so there is a glitch over here which doesn't show over here, but as you can see, when I checked at the text side, there was paragraph over there. It means that there should be paragraph showing, but it wasn't showing, and it's still not showing over here. But at the front end you can see it is showing, which means that our work is done. Okay, so this is what our about us page. Okay, so our next we're gonna skip the messages, and then let's go to the foundation. Okay, so at the foundation we have nothing over there, but if you check this foundation over here, now with the messages we are going to come there later. This is how the foundation looks like. Okay, so it have this hero section over here and this one over here. So we're gonna just design it the way it is. So with the about us, we're gonna view the page, and then so this is the about us. Now let's go to the foundation to start designing our foundation page. So let's click on edit the page. We're gonna click on edit the page, and then we're gonna edit with Elementor. Okay, so now that we are here, we need a hero session. So we click on this one column section over here, and then the height we change it to what minimum height. Now we're going to make it 500, and then we go to style over here, and then we change we pick a background type classic, and then we choose an image for it. Now we're going to choose this image, and then we position it center. Attachment, we're going to leave it like that, and then the repeat, we say no repeat, and then the size, which is the most important thing, we make it cover. Okay, so as you can see, very nicely done. Now with the background overlay, we're going to choose a gradient color. Now with the gradient color, I'm going to choose this one over here, and then this one. Yeah, very good. So now that I have this one done, I can increase the opacity to, let's say, 7. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'll come over here and then copy this one, come to foundation, click on the plus icon over here, drag in the text widget or heading widget, sorry, paste in this one, position it in the middle, go to style, change the color to white, and then the typography, you're gonna change it to what Montserrat, and then with the size we can make it what 60. Okay, so with the same thing, we copy this one, we come over here, we click on this grip icon, we drag in the text widget or text editor widget, and then we paste in our words. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on this grip icon over here, go to layout, and then with the width we're going to change it to 900, or let's say 500. Okay, 500 is too small, so 800, which is quite okay. Okay, so over here, go to style over here, position it in the middle, and then with the color make it white. With the typography, go to font family and then choose Montserrat, and then we're gonna make it 18. Okay, so 18 is even too small, we can say 30. Okay, so this is quite okay. So now we have this one what set up. Okay, now our next one is what so this is even too big, we can reduce it a little bit to 25. Yeah, 25 is quite okay. So our next one, yeah, 25 is quite okay. So our next one is this page over here. Okay, as you can see, this is what we will need to design. Now it's very simple because there's a widget over there already, which is called portfolio. So just click on this one, click on this one column widget. Now go to advanced, give it 90 top, 90 down, and then come to the layout again. Now click on this one again, and then search for gallery, and then drag in the signer portfolio. Now you see, at the moment you drag in, this is what you're gonna get. Okay, this is what you're gonna get. Very, very neatly done. Now we're gonna just fixing what we need towards fixing. So what you need to do is what, just change the shop description to the description of your what, of your portfolio, okay, of your. So I'm going to change this one, paste this one, come over here, and then which one, this one, yeah, rather this one over here. Okay, okay, so it's what about education. So we say education, sorry, yeah, so we say education. So we choose this one and then if there is a link that you want to link it, you can link it. So we can say show content, so that we can what, write something on it. So you can change this content to your own content, okay, depends on you. So now that you are done with this one, you go to the next one. The next one is with this one, which says building quality education in what, providing quality education in Asia. So we give it a short description, and then we pick yeah, this one, which is providing quality education in what, in Asia. Okay, and then this one is what, also education. Okay, very good. Now let's go over here. This one is what, youth empowerment. So with this one, it is youth empowerment. Okay, so youth empowerment, and then we change it to this hands over here. Okay, so this one also what is also empowerment. Empowerment. Okay, so we have 3 done, 3 more to go. So our next one, which one is it? Yeah, this one over here, which is the widows fund. So we have the widows fund, and that one is what, donations. So category is donations. So remember that the category is the one that appears on top over here. Okay, so as you can see, we have all the categories appearing on top over here. So if you add a new category, it's going to appear over here. Okay, and you can change between it, and that is it. So with the widows, we can choose the image for it, which is this happy women over here, and then you can do so for all the other ones. I'm not gonna go through all of them to waste more time. So what we're gonna do is we have to style it. Okay, so with a style, just the typography, you can choose it. The color of it, you can also choose it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to style the the icons. Okay, so with the icons, the color, I'm going to choose this ones. Yeah, very good. And then yeah, no hover, nothing. Okay, so that is all what I'm gonna do. Okay, so you can also link it to any page that you want. It depends on you. So after that, with the menu, buttons also. We have to what, make it our color. Okay, so as you can see, this one have what, our color over there. So what we can do is what, just this blue color, we can change it to what, the color that we want. Okay, just like this one over here, or we can change it to the theme, this one. Okay, very nicely what, done. Okay, so guys, I think we are through with the foundation also. Okay, now the next one is the give. Okay, let's move ahead to the give, and then we go to the other 3 pages or 2 pages left. Okay, so let's go to the give over here. So this is give. Okay, so as you can see, there is nothing over here. Now let's look at the give over here. So this give over here, what is there? Now of course the give have 2 items over here: donate to our foundation, and then give to church. Okay, so we are going to what, design the give. So what we will do is just click on what, edit with edit page. Okay, not edit with Elementor, just edit page. Okay, so now that we are over here, let's click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so if you look at the give page over here, it also have the same kind of procedure. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this foundation page, and then I'm going to click on edit with Elementor over here. And then I'll copy this one. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one, and I come to the give page, and then try and see if I can paste it over here. Okay, yeah, very good. So as I've pasted over here, now let me copy this one which says donate to blah blah blah. So I'll come over here and then paste this one over here, and then with this one also I'm gonna copy this one, and I'm gonna paste it over here. Now guys, this thing saves a lot of time. Okay, so with this one also I'll go to style, and then I'm just going to change the picture over there. So I'm going to put this picture over here, and then we are good to go. So I'm done with the hero. Now the next session is this 2 column session over here. Okay, so I'm going to click on this and then go to advanced, and then give it to 90 top, 90 bottom. Okay, now that I have this one, now if you look at this one, it's an icon box. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create an icon box. So click over here and then type in icon over here. Now we're going to drag this icon box over here. Okay, now if you can see that the heading says to donate to our foundation. So donate to our foundation, and then I'm going to use the PG box, or the PG box. Okay, with this one. Now it is up to us to style it. Okay, but before I style it, I'm going to give it padding of what, let's say 60. Okay, I'll give it the margin of 30. Yes, so I have this one set up nicely. Okay, now let me go to style over here, and then with the primary color I'm going to choose this one for it, and then with the let me see how this one. Okay, and then with this one I'll come over here and choose this one for it. Okay, so basically you can write anything that you want to write down here. You can even bring in a button and all those things, it depends on you. Okay, but the most important thing is for you to link this one. Okay, now we're going to link it later, so I'm going to click on update. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to I'll click over here, click on edit column over here and go to style. Okay, now with the border I'm gonna click on border and then hover. Now box shadow over here, so that when somebody hover on it, it's gonna give the person what kind of like a box shadow. Okay, yeah, very good. So basically something like this, right? Yeah, so something like this. So since we have this one set up, now I'm going to ignore this one and then bring the box shadow in this one rather. So let me go to advanced over here and then go to border over here and then go to box shadow over here. Yes, so that the box shadow will be for the inside one, not the column. Okay, so very good. So now that I have this one, I'll just copy this one, paste it over here, and then all what I can do is just change to money here. Just change to money. I'm going to use this one, and then instead of donate to let's say give to church, so you can say what, give to church. So now guys, this one is set up, but how do people give to the church, or how do people donate? Because this one doesn't have any link to be clicked on. We haven't linked it yet. It is up to us to create a page. Okay, and then the page we have to insert the payment form in it, and this is the step for us to do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the exit to the dashboard, and then we are going to do that. Okay, so first of all you need to have the paystack forms installed. Now guys, if you don't have the paystack form installed, don't worry, maybe it's not in your country. You can use PayPal or any other payment option for this part. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new page, and then I'll call the page donation and giving, or give or donate. Okay, anything. So donate or give. Okay, anything that will help. So this is the page. Now I'm going to change the template to Elementor full width. Now click over here. Now what we're going to do is, firstly, after creating the page, we have to create a payment form. Okay, so after we have installed the paystack, or we have to go to its settings. Okay, now make sure that you have API keys for paystack. For example, you need to have an account with paystack, and then you log into your account to get the API keys over there. So for those of you who don't have an account, I'll leave paystack link in the description, so that you can create an account over there. If you are in Africa, you can be able to receive money on your website using Paystack. So click over here. If you have done everything, click over here to what if you are not in Africa, you can skip this step and then integrate your own payment system over there. So click over here and then click on it. Will open this one for you. Now this is what the live key. Okay, so I'm going to enter my password over there, and I'm going to this is the live key. I'm not going to use the live key. I'm going to scroll down over here and use the test key. Okay, this is the test key that I'm going to use. So with the test key, I can just copy it and then come over here and I paste in what the test key over there. The same thing, pasting the public key over the text one over there. And then after everything is done, I'll just click on what save changes. Now that I've done these changes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a form. Okay, now just give a name for your form. So let's say donation and giving. So donation and giving form. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything over here. You can read through it, but I'm not going to do anything over. After clicking on donate, after giving the title, I'm just going to click on publish, because the form is, you can add anything that field that you want to collect. Okay, but I'm okay with the form, so I'm just going to copy this one. This is the shortcode I'm going to use, and I'll go to pages, all pages, and then the page that we created. Okay, so which is what donate or give. I'm going to go to edit, and then I'll edit with what Elementor. Okay, I'll just edit with Elementor, and then I'll paste in the what the short code that I copied into the page. So I'm going to click on this one, the 3 column, this one, and then this time around I'm going to give a minimum height, and then with this minimum height I'm going to give it a V8 of what 100. That is a view height of 100, and then over here I'm going to search for short code. Okay, and then drag in the short code widget over here, and then I'm going to paste in what the payment links over here, and I'll just click on update. So this is what the payment form, this is what I'll get. Okay, so I think everything is okay. So since everything is okay, we can view the page. Okay, this is it. Now you can go ahead and style it the way you want it. Okay, depends on you. Okay, so now that we have created a donation page, we can link so copy the link over here and come over here, and then you can paste the link over here. Okay, the same way you can you can come, click on this pencil icon, and then come over here and then paste over here, come to content and then paste the link over here, and then you save. So now we've created our give also page. So as simple as that, it is done. Now the next one is the contact. Okay, now so if somebody click on this one, you have to lead the person to this page over here. Okay guys, so the next one is the contact. Okay, so with the contact, it's also very simple. So what we have to do is click on edit page, and then we use Elementor to edit the page for us. Okay, so now that we are here, what we need to do is to click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so click on edit with Elementor over here, so that we can be able to use Elementor to design our page for us. So how does the contact page looks like? Let's go over here and then take a look at the contact page and see how it looks like. Okay, so this is exactly how the contact page looks like. Okay, so as you can see, the contact page is more or less like when you go to the home page over here. Okay, the bottom over here. Okay, so now we can edit with Elementor and copy that side so that we are not going to design it again over again. Okay, it is very simple to do that. We just copy it and then we come and paste it over there, as simple as that. Okay, so just right click it and then copy it, come to here and then paste it over here. Okay, so as you can see, we can paste it over here. Now with this one, come over here and then give it a top and down margin of 90. You can even give it a top and down margin of 180. Yeah, and then even give this one 0 so that there will be no margin at the bottom. Yeah, so I think this one is quite okay. So now what is left is for us to delete this one over here. Just delete it, come over here and then click on forms. Or form. Okay, so you're gonna see senior contact form, and that's what we're gonna use. So drag it over here, just drag it. You're gonna get this one over here, but this is not what we want to use. We want to use a different thing. So let's go to style over here, and then with the layout we're gonna choose layout 1. Okay, and as you can see, everything is done. Now with a button, just go to submit button over here, and then instead of the color blue, you can choose any color of your choice. Okay, but I'm gonna choose something really bright. Or something that can really let me see. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna choose this our color. Okay, so I'm gonna choose this color over here. Okay, now you can decide to give a padding and all those things. I'm gonna put this button in the middle, and then with the padding and all those things you can so let's say I'm gonna give a left padding of 125, right padding of 125, and like this we are good to go. And then also I'm gonna change the typography. Okay, so you can change the typography from default to Montserrat. And then you can increase the the bottom size 25 over here. Okay, yeah, so I think it's good to go. You can change in anything that you want to change. Okay, so I still want to change this one and make it like this. Okay, and then with the fields you can also make it any color that you want. So with this one I want to make it like this. Okay, so as you can see, this is quite okay. Now everything is good. We can update it over here. Okay, so now that we have this one done, we can go ahead and then design the radio. Okay, so now we have our contacts done, we have our gift done, we have our foundation, about us, everything done. The last one left is the radio, over here. So that is the only thing left. Now let's look at how this radio also looks like. Okay, so this is how the radio really looks like. Okay, so if you look at it critically, the radio also takes the shape as the about us. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to exit this place, view the page, and then I'm going to go to foundation. Let me see how the foundation looks, and then about us. Yes, very good. And then I'll click on edit with Elementor, and then all what I'll do is just to copy the hero and then use it. So alright, click on this side, copy it. Okay, where is it? Come to radio, edit, and then I'll click on edit with Elementor over here to edit the radio page with Elementor. Okay, so all what I need to do is right click and then paste. That's all, and then I'm good to go. So all what I need to do is like this one, it says welcome to Church Web Radio. So I just type in this one over here. So Church Web Radio, and then I'll type in welcome to, just like that, and then I'll just publish it. So as you can see, it's done. Now the next one is for me to pick this 2-column section over here, and then go to advanced, and then with the margin I'll give top and bottom margin of 1990, and then click over here. Okay, so firstly we need to know what we want. Okay, so what do we want? We want a heading widget, 2 different heading widget. Okay, now before even that, what I need to do is I need to click over here, and then let me see how the radio page looks like. So basically like this. Okay, so we have the radio over here. Now for those of you who don't have radio for your website, for your church, or you don't have radio and you want a free radio station for your church or for your institution or for anything, you can get it. Okay, I made a video of how to create a free radio station for yourself. I'll leave the link in the description so that you can go ahead and then check it out. Okay, so do check it out. Now to get our radio widget, all what we need to do is to go to Zeno, and log in over there. Now when we log into our Zeno app, so this is Zeno, I have an account over there because I have a radio station over there. It is free, you don't pay anything, you can get it over there. I'll leave the link in the description so that you can watch how you can be able to get the radio for free. So when you are here, just click on your radio station and then go to tools over here. Under tools you also have widget. Now we copy this iframe or shortcode or whatever it is over here. Okay, that is what we're going to copy. So let me make it like 450 and see how it will behave. Or let's say 350. Copy the link, come to the radio app, click on this place. Okay, now look for shortcode, copy this one, bring it over here, enter the shortcode in it. Yes, very good. So this is a shortcut, but I want it to be 4 here, so 450 is quite okay. But I don't want this as Zeno FM station, so I can delete it. Okay, I can just delete it from here to here and see, but I just want to remove the Zeno thing from there. And then after we are good to go, just click over here, come to layout over here. Now change the vertical alignment to middle. Okay, just like this. Now with this one, click on this column over here with the styles. Okay, change it from normal to gradient, and then what you're going to do is you're going to change and make this one with the color. Okay, and then we are going to pick a different color too for the second color. So I think this is good to go. Now what we need to do is if you look at where is it, this one over here, it says listen to us live on listen to us live on Church Web Radio. So this place says listen to us live. So let's style it, make it any how you want it. Okay, so let's say like this one, and then typography, you change from Roberto to Montserrat. Okay, and then with the size, I'm gonna give it 25. Yeah, 25 is quite okay. Now I'm going to duplicate this one, and then I'm going to copy the Church Web Radio and then paste it over here, and then go to style over here and then change this one to 55. Okay, now over here change it to white. Okay, so now I think it's quite okay. Now what we need to do is click on this one, go to advanced, with a padding, make it a left padding of 30. Okay, which I think is quite okay. Yeah, 30 is quite okay. And then over here we can click on this one, come to advanced, on link margin, make it -50. Okay, very good. So as you can see, everything is falling into place. And then go to style over here, and then with the border, make sure that you give it a little bit box shadow. Okay, yeah, very good. And then with the background, give it a classic background of white. Yeah, or you can give it any background that you want. Okay, but I think white is quite okay. Okay, so now that I have this one set up, I think everything is good to go. Okay, our radio is set up, everything is good to go. Okay, so now that we've set up our radio, all what we need to do is to click on update. Now everything is set for us to use our website, but our website is still not ready for mobile because we did not optimize it to use mobile. So let's do it quickly. Click on responsive once you are here, and then click on the tablet mode to see how it looks like on the tablet. So as you can see, it is not responsive. Okay, now we can make it responsive by reducing and then adjusting it a little bit. Okay, so reduce it from 50 to 35. The same way, reduce this one also. Go to here, reduce it from 80 to 60. Okay, now over here, go to advanced, and then with the padding, give it a less padding of 50, which is quite okay. You can also give the right padding of 40. Okay, so I think we are good to go. Now over here also, we're gonna reduce the size a little bit. So instead of 55, we can give it to a 30, and then with this one, we are going to just unlink it so that it's going to go. Okay, so I think this one too is quite okay. We can click on advanced also, and then with this one we can even click over here and then give it left padding of 10, and then over here also give it a right margin of 10. Okay, so I think it's quite okay with the tablet. Let's click on mobile to also fix the issue. Okay, we have to fix that issue, so click over here. Let me see this one. Go over here, and then make sure that we also fix this issue. Okay, so it's quite embarrassing to see it this way, but we are fixing it. So instead of the 60, let's make it 30. Okay, very good. And the same way with this welcome to, instead of 35, let's make it 20. Okay, so now let's click over here and go to layout, and then with the minimum height we will make it somehow like this. Okay, so now this place is also a mess. Now let's click on this over here, and then with the the padding. Okay, with the padding we can create a top padding of 50, a bottom padding of 50, right padding of 20, left padding of 20. Okay, and then with this one also, it could be like this, or we can give it 10 and 10, which will be something like this. So I think everything is good to go. and then we are there. We can give this one also the same. Okay, we can give it 10 and 10. Okay, so I think we are good to go over here. So we're gonna click on update to update it. Make sure that you update it so that you don't lose anything. Okay, you don't lose anything. Okay, so now that we have this one, now let's go over here and click on view page. Okay, so we have our what our radio also set up. So now let's go to home over here, and then let's do the customization or mobile friendly customization. So edit with Elementor. So I'm going to do the home and then the about, and then we move on to the messages aspect to also customize it the way we want it, and then we bring the tutorial to an end. So with this one, I'm going to go to here and go to a tablet. So tablet, it's quite okay but not okay. So as you can see, this is what is quite embarrassing. We have to reduce the size a little bit. So instead of 50, we can make it to 30. The same way we can adjust the size. So the text and the icon, the sizes all can be adjusted. So instead of, we can make it 18 here, and then let me see. Yeah, okay, so with this one, let's see. So all the padding in it, we can remove it, and then still give it an all-round padding of 20. Okay, 20 will be fine. And then yeah, so we can give it all-round padding of 20. We can give a top padding of 40, and then bottom padding of 40. Yeah, so that it will be perfect. So I think this is quite okay. Yeah, this is quite okay. We can even decide to remove this one and make it make it the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so 20. Okay, so this one is also quite adjusted the way you want it. Make it the way you want it, and then you're good to go. Now with the mobile side also, just adjust it the way you want it. Okay, so if everything is not working well, just reduce the sizes of some of the things, and then it will work for you. So as you can see, this one is what you can reduce it to 30 or even 25. Okay, 25. Yeah, and then we can also reduce the code style. We can reduce the code style. Okay, so where is it? The size. Yeah, this one, let's make it 20 or even 30. Okay, and then let's look at the content over here. This is typography for alta. Okay, so instead of the 20, we can make it 15. Okay, so yeah, so we can just make sure that you adjust everything so that everything will be perfect. Let me look at this one, and then with the so as you can see, we just have to adjust everything, and everything will be perfect. So 1.4 for the line height will be quite okay, and now everything is perfectly done. The same way we have to reduce it from 45 to 30. Okay, so make sure that you adjust everything, and then everything after that, click on update to update it, and now you are good to go. Okay, so you can do that for all the other pages. Okay, make it mobile friendly so that your website will be mobile friendly. Now our last one that we have to do is to check our messages. So this is the page that have all our messages, as you can see here, but we don't want it to be having this long messages. So we're going to go to customize over here, and then we are going to customize that place also. Okay, so what we're going to do is just remove some things with the on that page. Okay, so over here, go to post and pages over here, and then archive layout. That is what we are looking for. Okay, so scroll down. Okay, so we don't want accepts. Okay, so we don't want this accept thing over here. As you can see, it's gone. At the moment I did it that way. I don't want to also read more. And then the meta, okay, I don't want to show author link. Okay, but I want to show date, and I want to show posted on. Okay, so this is exactly what I want. Okay, just this one, and I think everything is good for me, so I can just publish it. Okay, so now that I have this one done, now one thing which is left that we did not do is this one over here. Okay, so we have to fix it. So we are going to fix it by going to header over here, and then with the mobile navigation we have to work on it also. Then we close the tutorial. So go click on this settings icon on the trigger, and then use this one. Okay, now go to design over here. Now with the trigger colors, we're going to choose white for it. Okay, and then with the size, I'm going to choose 40 for it, so that will be a little bit bold. Okay, and then with this one, I'm going to choose this one for it, so that when I hover on it, it's going to be something like this. So this is quite okay. Now let's go to here. Okay, the canvas, that is this place. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add button, and we're also going to add social icons also. Okay, now if you click over here, this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so with a button, we are going to say live radio. Okay, then we can put in our live radio over there. I'm going to view, and let me click on radio, and then copy the radio link. Okay, so I'm going to paste in the radio link over there. Okay, then with the social, okay, I'll go to design. Okay, let me come over here, and then I'll choose the outline. Then I'll go to design, and then with the colors, I'm going to choose white for it. Okay, and then with this hover, you can choose anything for it, but I would prefer color, something like that. Okay, so now that we have this one set up, as you can see, I don't want this black background over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this ranch icon over here, or the settings icon over here, to open this settings panel for me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to design over here, and then with a pop-up background, I'll choose a background that suits what we are doing. So a background color that suits exactly what we are doing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit transparent. Make it transparent here, so just reduce the the transparency a little bit. So I think this is quite okay. This is quite okay. And then with the menu also, you can adjust it. So when you hover on it, what happens? So when you hover on it, it will be something like this. So maybe something like this. Yeah. Okay. And then when you the how do you call it, the active one will also be something like this. So just click on publish. Okay, so guys, this is how it is done, and then you have it this way. Okay, so let me check the trigger again, the design. Okay, so now I think everything is quite okay. Now let me check it on this side also. So as you can see, this is not quite okay. Okay, so we have to adjust the mobile logo. The mobile logo, you have to adjust it. So this is, and this one, we have to just adjust it a little bit. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay. Yeah, this one is quite okay, so we can just publish it. Okay, so guys, I think our website is now in shape, and we are ready to go, ready to use it, and worship the word of God using it. Now I hope this tutorial will help you to be able to create your own church website. If you cannot go through this long tutorial in doing it, there is a link over there which I'll give you all the templates that you'll be able to use it. All what you need to do is just import the template, and then you have this completely designed website just like this one on your website. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.